What if you could write $1 million ads and it was so simple that like your dog could do it, Nibbler could do it, but seriously, $1 million advertising method for Facebook that I've been using for the past 10 years. That's so simple that it takes 3 minutes to do. And I promise you a 6th grader could do it. If you have like this little annoying cousin Teddy, you could enlist him to write ads like this because they're so simple. And of course, this message is sponsored by Kratom. And let's get right into the content. Now, before I get into like how to write these ads, it's important to understand what the purpose of a Facebook ad is in the first place, at least in the e-commerce niche, especially in the print on demand niche, which is what we operate in. The purpose of the ad above all else at the end of the day is to get a click. Okay. And I know that that's a hot take. Some people will disagree. They're like, oh, the ad needs to make purchases. Like, yeah, obviously an ad needs to make purchases. But most people conflate what an ad does versus what a product page does. An ad sends people to a product page. A product page is what convinces someone to buy or not. Okay. There are certain things that you have to do in an ad, which I'll show you today to make it so, yes, they can actually convert people into purchases and attract the right audience and make you money. But you don't have to really try to sell in your ads. That's what your product page is for. And if you're in the like print on demand apparel space, your product page doesn't really even matter either. The product is the only thing that matters in that case, specifically the design on the product. And then of course, sizing information is probably the second most important thing, maybe social proof, either one. But I'm not trying to sell products in my ads. And most people, they try to do that. And most people fail, but we've sold over $40 million worth of products using Facebook ads using this simple method. So now that that's out of the way, like the general idea is once you have a product that's selling and you understand your conversion rate, then the sole purpose of the ad is to, number one, attract the right audience, and number two, get link clicks for as cheaply as possible so that you're profitable, including like the conversion rate. And then your store does the heavy lifting of selling and increasing AOV. So now that that's out of the way, we understand what the point of ads are in the freaking first place. Go get your little cousin Teddy, your nephew Teddy or whatever. I'll sip some Kratom. We're gonna teach this 6th grader how to write $1 million ads. So good, so simple, so profitable. Let's get into it. So the method we use for running ads is something we call the HIC method. What that stands for is hook, incentivize, and then call to action. That is what we do with our ads. And we keep our ads extremely short, okay? Because you may have noticed this on Facebook, if your ads are really long, people have to click a see more button to read the entire ad. We don't want that. We want our ad to get everything done that it needs to do without people having to click see more. Because the more steps you can remove in the process, the more likely people are to convert, okay? Simplify. So the idea is we get everything done before anybody has to see more. And that's why it's so simple, because you might know that that's like 30 words. So I don't even think it's that many words. So you have to write an entire ad in less than like 20-ish words. I should know the exact number. I have it in the ChatGPT script thing. If you want, I released a video a couple weeks ago showing how I make these ads automatically with the ChatGPT, and I give you the exact prompt and everything. So go check out that video as well. It's sick. But the idea is that's why it's so simple, because they're so short. Anybody can do it. We're not using fancy words. We're not trying to sell people. So your hook, what is the objective of a hook? A hook calls out and hooks your perfect audience, okay? We only want your perfect audience to be clicking. We only want your perfect audience to be reading the ads, because that will save us money and lower our cost per link click. Incentivize, give people a reason to click and purchase now. That's what we want. We want people to click our ads. We want people to purchase now. Call to action tells people what to do now. And this is funny, but people do need to be told what to do. They could see your ad, and if you did not have a call to action, they'll be like, oh, that's neat. You might have noticed people will say, how do I purchase in the comments, right? And you're thinking to yourself, you're like, I don't understand. You click the ad. That is how you purchase the product. But somehow people still miss that, right? So that's why it's important we can tell people what to do. And we've experimented like removing the call to action because people are a bit better at understanding what to do now, but we leave it in there just because it helps. We've tested it. So let's pretend you're selling a golf product, like a golf t-shirt, okay? That's what we're selling. We need to write the 3 lines of our ad, and we need them to be short. So hook. All golfers need this shirt, okay? Boom. That means only golfers will be interested. We're hooking our target audience. We're calling out our target audience. All golfers need this shirt, right? So boom, that's the easy one. Get 20% off with 20 under par. That's just like a cheeky joke for golfers, 20 under par. Obviously, it's best to do something that's easy to remember. And fun fact about this is 60% of people, when they click our ads, they still don't use this coupon code. It's like, dude, What are you doing? And I assume it's just because they're not reading the full ad. But the thing about this is a lot of people are hesitant to give discounts. They're gonna make your ads significantly more profitable. And here's the secret, just increase the price of your product by 20%, okay? Boom, that's it. If you're not giving people a discount, increase the price of your product by 20% and give people a 20% off discount. Thank me later. And there's also some really ninja stuff that we're doing by giving away free shirts instead of discounts. That's in another video I covered. I believe it's our store design, 8-figure store design video. So go check that one out and see why it makes more sense to give away free products a lot of the time than it does to give people a coupon code. Very counterintuitive, but it's made us millions of dollars. Now, the third thing is the call to action. So it's easy. Click shop now below. Boom, that's it. You might be looking at this and thinking, Devin, is that all? And that's, instead of saying that, you should be hyped up because of how easy it is to write these amazing winning ads.
And we're gonna win so much, you are gonna be so happy.
And I know they work because we've done over $40 million in sales with them. I've been using this formula since 2013. It is now 2024, and I have yet to find something, at least for the print-on-demand space, that works better. And when we sold drop shipping products, we used to sell little sewing machine widgets and stuff like that. Please don't sell drop shipping products. We use the same ad structure and it worked for drop shipping too. It is that simple. You hook people, you get them to read your audience. You incentivize, you give them a reason to buy right now. And remember, you're baking this in your price. Call to action, tell people what to do. Now, you might be wondering, what about the headline of the ad? The headline of the ad, we do the same thing every time. We insert the product name. That's it. We don't do anything crazy. Split tested it all. This is the formula that has worked for us right here. Headline equals product name. And the headline is it's not as important as it used to be. Make it relevant to your target audience. We do the product name. I'm sure there's other things that could work. And something to understand is what works for one store might not work for another store, because even though you're in the same niche, because your messaging and your brand is different, you're gonna attract a slightly different audience. So to give you an example, when we were selling in the political niche, all of our ads were only pictures of the shirt. Yet our biggest competitor, all of their ads had people wearing the shirts. So whenever we tested models wearing shirts, we couldn't make any sales. And whenever they tested pictures of just the shirt, they couldn't make any sales. So test it, adapt it to your brand. But this is the simplest method I know of, and it's also the best. I wouldn't write ads any other way, and I will cheers kratom to that. And just a reminder, to recap the beginning, the reason that these short ads work, especially in the print-on-demand niche, is because your ads don't need to sell people. That's what your product design does, especially in the print-on-demand space. People are buying the product, not the copy. They see the product in the newsfeed and they're like, this is amazing, this is interesting. And then you hook their attention, you give them a reason to buy that product that stopped them in the first place, and then you tell them exactly what to do. And then your product page does the rest. And then you should have upsells, cross-sells, stuff like that to increase your AOV. And if you want us to make a video on increasing your AOV, let me know. Comment below, because we've got an AOV of about $70 selling $29 products. So if you want to know how we're doing that, how we're getting people to spend 70 bucks, say, Devin, we want the video or Nibbler gets hurt, okay? Or you know what else will happen? The ghost of Brutus, my recently deceased Boston Terrier, sweetest boy ever. He will come to haunt you if you don't comment below, so do it. All right, love you, Brutus, sweet boy. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Peace.